Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode on the Zanecraft server. Wild Tracker here, and we're here to finish off our skeleton spawners. So, last time you left us, we built the rooms and we kind of put the water in place. And what we're looking to do is start working on the redstone, getting the lights working, and getting a few other things working. So we've kind of had to play with that, so let me give you a tour of where we're at. Okay, you might notice some things are a little bit different here. So let's look at redstone first of all before we're looking at design. So here we have a switch. Now, if you look up through the top, this glass is going to go. You'll remember that we had torches which were basically turning these lights on. So if we flick this switch, that basically removes those and the lights go off, and I better turn them back on again because I haven't put anything safe in here. Oh yes, I have. So basically that turns on and off the spawner lights. Okay, and I've done another one here which does exactly the same thing. So if we look over here, you can see that redstone there is not lit. In fact, you can probably see it through the floor here as well. So that redstone torch is lighting that redstone light. If we flick this switch, then those lights go off and that's all illuminated. So what that does is basically those two turn the lights off in each of the spawners. So that's a light switch for this spawner, a light switch for that spawner. So let's just go and have a look and see what that's doing. So if we come up here, basically if we come down the back here, so this wool block is where the switch is. So we've literally got redstone running from the wool block, and it's just very simply coming up here. First of all, it goes to that repeater. So if that repeater goes on, it basically turns this block into a power, and that turns that torch off, which then turns the light off. So exactly the same round here. So each time we've got these repeaters coming round and going in. So that's literally how that circuit works. Very, very simple. It just means we've got everything going around to that point. And if we look inside the spawner at the moment, as you can see, those lights are on. So what we're going to do, as we're here, is we're going to jump into here, and I want to take off these torches. So let's just do that a minute. I'm going to have my bow on just in case, but they shouldn't spawn with these lights here. Okay, so that shouldn't happen. So we're going to take off that torch and that torch, and oops, we'll go down here for this one. So we're going to have that torch and that torch. So we're going to come out of here, but as you can see at the moment, nothing's spawning. It's too well lit in this area, so I'm quite safe to go around. But when those lights go off, we're going to have some spawning. So I'm just going to go this way, because it's the easiest way to get back out again is to actually follow the route. And it shows that it's working, and then they're going to drop down here, and this is where they're going to stand. So I've got my I used my wrong one there, so let's just put a piece of glass in there, because I'm going to change those two to the same stained glass in a minute. So now let's just go back up and seal that door. Have we got enough stone? Yes, we have. So what we're going to do is seal that spawner up. And in fact, what we could do if you wanted, let's just show you it working. So we'll quite literally put one of these up. It does mean we're going to get starting to get the skellies coming down, but that's okay. And again, a lot of this cosmetic is going to be changed later. So we're going to turn off the spawner lights just for this particular spawner. The other ones are going to stay on at the moment. So as you can see, the lights are off, the circuit's working. And if we look in here, a nice dark room, which means they're going to spawn. So that's really good. And you can see they're already going down there as it is. So I'm going to seal that up. That's a completely dark room. And you can hear them spawning already, which is great. And the idea is that when we've got them, they're safely behind this glass, and we'll be able to do a one-hit kill because we're using a lava blade. So it's so we'll let them gather there. Let's go and do this one here now. So this works in exactly the same way. Let's go and take the torches off first. So let's go around the back here. This one I can get back out again, so that's quite handy. Acrobatics in water. Don't want to go down the bottom. There's one. Oops. Never was good at swimming. Let's just go up here and then swim backwards. There we go. So 2. Get the top one. Didn't have a torch on the other one, did we? We'll have to check that. There's a torch over here though. So 3, 4. Wait, don't want to fall down if I can help it. 5. Oh, there's one over here on the wall. 6. Let's get out the door on this one. And we should be able to reach that top one from... Not quite. Let's go this way then. I guess I really could have taken the water out and done it that way, but there we go. So I'm not worried about those torches because they're going to disappear. Let's just do this up. So torch can stay there. That's all good. So let's just go and make sure that turns itself off. And I've put an access ladder in up to each of these, so it's easy to get in and out. And I think that's the other thing you got to do when you do this. You've got to make sure. So let's turn the light off there. Let's jump back down. So you can see the redstone's working. And now all the torches or lights are off. It should have a sneaky inside. Yes, yes, yes. So you always got to check that, because the last thing you want is them coming out. And the flow's under there, so we know there's no torches down there, so that's good. So let's just go and turn that off again and allow any spawned skellies to accumulate down here. As you can see, they're dropping down now. So let's put the light back on again. So the lights are back on in there, and we didn't put the lights on back in there, did we? So the lights are back on in there. I'm just going to go up and make sure we did remove the torch from the top. I don't think there was one on there, but I'm just going to go and double check. So let's check here. Yeah, the lights are on. There's no torches definitely there. Let's just take a peek. Nope. So I'm happy to seal those up now. So I know that when I turn the lights off, they will work. So what I've got to do now is basically got to get all this tidied up. So I'm going to put a roof on this bit here, which is fine. So take away this stained glass. We'll seal all this off. You won't be able to see it from down the bottom. So the bottom area is our working area here. And again, I'm going to get rid of all this glass and put on a floor. So I've been kind of working on a design. And I've been a little bit in and out trying to work on things. And I was using this light grey stained clay originally. And I've changed, if I look at my chest here, I've tried a few combinations of green and I kind of settled on the cyan and the cyan light grey. So yeah, I've been playing around. I think this looks good. I kind of like that look. And what we're going to do is just get rid of these at the moment, because we don't want these sat here. Because the next things we've got to do is we've got to install both a a dispenser, and we've also got to install the stopper, as it would be. So I've got to work that out. So that's going to be the next thing we're going to do, is basically, and hopefully I've got the items in the chest here. Yeah, so let's get rid of this wool and things like that for a minute. Sure, we can pull it back out again if we need to. So I need, what do I need? Might need a repeater. Got redstone. Going to need a piston. Can't see a piston. Why can't I see a piston? Because it's there. Okay, so I've got a piston I need. Probably going to need to make a switch. Definitely going to need to make a dispenser. I've got a lava bucket, so that's okay. So what I'm going to do now is basically try and fit in, and again the design might change because of what I'm trying to do here, because what I've got to do now is basically put in a switch. And by the way, if you're wondering about these carpets, it's because I've hidden some lights underneath it. So that was my idea there, is both there and here on either side. It's just hiding some lights to make that doable. And then I think I'm going to have a switch accessible, and it might be that it's, I don't know, I've got to work out where the switch has got to go to get the redstone behind, because what I've got to do, if we just take this glass out, so I need just here, I need to have a dispenser with lava bucket in, okay? But further on up, and if we just put that there, probably can't run and jump up there now, no. There we go, let's get up. How to waste items in your item tray. So, oh, I am rubbish at jumping. If you watch my adventure series, you'll probably realise I am totally rubbish at jumping. Okay, so got to get up here, and the idea really is I want to be able to put some kind of stopper to stop them flowing any further than here. So now that might be, if we've got the lava bucket under there, what we might have to do is swap this block for a piston and somehow power it from underneath, and basically the piston will come across and it will stop anything from travelling any further. So and then we can then basically lava blade the ones that are down there, and then when they're all killed we can then let these pass through as well. So yeah, that's going to be the idea, but I'm going to have a look behind here and see if I can fit it all in. So that's what I'm going to do, so I'll come back to you shortly. Okay, so I figured the first bit out. I have changed it, as you might think. I've kind of widened it to, this is what it was like before. So I've had to put the button a bit further away to hide it. And so what we've done is we changed the design to have this going like this, which actually I quite like. It makes a nice little corner over there. Not sure if I'm going to change this wall or not, but that's some food for thought. Might just change that block there, perhaps. That's might do it. There we go, so put that block there. Okay, so we've still got our redstone torch in the corner there, so that's good enough. Let's put that grey wall back down again, and there we go, so that's working. Obviously I'm going to remove these torches on the floor as well. We're going to put in roof lighting to cover that. So all I've done is put a simple button, which then, when pressed, illuminates that, and as you can see, triggers the dispenser, which I haven't put the lava bucket in yet because I don't want to be covered in lava. So yeah, we don't want that, do we? So that's kind of covered there. So what we're going to do is cover that back up at the bottom and cover this up on the sides. I'll have to get some more clay. Yeah, so that kind of covers that to on, off. Okay, and we'll cover this in as well. And the idea will be, we'll have to, and I don't actually have one here, is get a sign. So let's see if we've got any signs. No, I think it's the quick answer. Any wood? We've got some wood there. Got some wood there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make a sign quickly. Okay, so, and then this basically will sit here, and that will stop the lava from falling down. So we'll have the glass going in front. The lava will come out to the heads of the skellies because they're going to be stood here, and that's going to cause a lava blade and should take them down because it's a quick button on off. Basically lava come out, go back in again, because any liquid in front of this dispenser, so when you've got the lava bucket in there, it basically chucks the lava out. There'll be an empty bucket, and then when the power goes off, it sucks the lava back in again. And that's why we use a button rather than a switch like these, so it just literally goes on and off. Okay, so that's that bit done. The next bit, have I got my piston on me again? Yeah. So the next bit is really we've got to get this up there. So it's probably going to dispense from this side, because then I'll put the switch here. So it's probably going to be very, very similar circuitry. So I'm just going to do that, play around with it, and we shall come back. Righty, I think I've got it worked out. I've been playing around because I'm trying to get the aesthetics looking as right as possible, even though it's not an even room. So what we've got is basically a switch. When I press this switch, the piston comes out. So let's just have a look at that. What we got is very simply a piston, which is behind this block here, so if we can get up. So there's a piston, and you see there's a block behind it. So that block is powered by this redstone, and that redstone is powered by this block, which is switched on by that switch. So it's very, very simple redstone. And that comes across, so essentially when we get to this point, anything that comes down, so let's just get rid of this block now. So the water keeps flowing, and any of these skellies are just going to stop there while that's on. And then when we actually turn the switch off, they will then flow forward. So obviously they'll come down there, and as you can see from that block it comes out. So yeah, that's all good. So let's just put this back. I left it there really so I could show you. Now can I put a block there? I'm not sure if that destroys the redstone or not. Let's have a look. I know glass doesn't, but not sure about that. Yes, it does destroy the redstone, which is a bit of a shame. But I don't want it just there like that. See if glass. So glass doesn't actually destroy the redstone, which is good. Let's just double check that. We put a block in, it destroys the redstone. So that means we're going to have to just disguise that with some glass, I think. And that's about as good as we can do. So it shouldn't be too noticeable. I didn't want to do that either, did I? Okay, so what we've got here, so that's going to go there. That hides all of that. I guess we could if we wanted to, because that is just a block there, isn't it? For aesthetics we could, yeah, we could just put one of these in there as well, but that means, yeah, so that's that block behind, isn't it? Okay, just because I want it looking right, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to put this block here and change it, and that's that gone. I'm going to change it for one of these, so it kind of keeps the whole nature of it looking the same. I think that's good. You can see at the top there, so I think I'll see if I can get up there. Let's try. Okay, getting better. So yeah, I'm going to put that across there, and that's going to be a roof. How's it going to be? They're coming across there, they're coming across there. Stick that there. Anyway, okay, let's see how that looks from the other side. Can't get that way, got to go back over here. Okay, that's starting to look good. Okay, so that means we're probably going to have to change those as well to some more blocks. So I got any? No, of course not. Have I got any more clay? Light grey clay. I've been playing around too much. Light grey. No, I'm going to have to get some more. Oh, hardened clay. And we want cyan coloured dye. There we go. Let's go and get another 8 blocks, because that's all we got enough for. Excellent. Okay, so let's just do these top bits, because that will annoy me otherwise. Alrighty, and we probably now need to change this bit over here, don't we? Because that's going to be visible. Water's going to come out. Excellent. There goes all my redstone. Excellent. That's about working again. Now, how much are we going to see of that? That's going to be there. that's going to be there. So it's just really just like it all neat and tidy. So we need to get rid of that one there as well, so touch it. The other one's probably going to be visible as well, so we'll have a look. And so it's going to be there. That's going to be there. Yes, it's going to be visible. So we need one there. No, because that one there is going to be the stained glass, isn't it? So that's going to be the stained glass. This one's going to have to be there. That's probably going to be visible as well. So, and then stained glass there. And then this going on top. Okay, so yeah, that's starting to look similar. And then just put the stained glass in there. Okay, so it just, yeah, I think that's much better. I know you can see all the mechanics up there behind that, but that's okay. So I think what I'm going to do is we can turn that off now. So water will come there. We need to now extend this out. That's where they're going to drop in front of. So put that across the front, and then likewise we're going to have to get some more stained glass to go around there. I'm not sure I really should be using stained glass, because the problem with stained glass is that you could break it. However, we are only using one hit on these things, so we'll see how it goes. If I end up breaking it, I'll have to change the design, but I just like the idea that I can see it all happening. That's one of the reasons why I'm using the glass. So going to have to use those bits there and that bit there. So that in theory will allow us to get down here and bash away. We can stop them coming out, and then we can also then dispense the lava, which will then visibly be able to see. We've got no wall around here, so that's okay. I might change that, but I'll leave it there for a minute because that's our kill base. So what I really need to do is put the lava in and see what that does. So got the lava bucket on me, put that in the dispenser, put the glass back up, see what it does. And it didn't take the lava away. Right, okay. So, need to look at the timings on that. What I think I might need is a repeater. I might just need a little bit of delay in there, so let's have a look. So, we've got room for it. Let's come up, let's go down, we fall off. So if instead of that there, we have that instead, let's see what that does. So, no, so let's get the repeater going out. Oops. One click. Let's try 2 clicks. This is trial and error for me. I'm not a redstone person. I've never done this before. And if I don't get it working now, I know a man who can. So, no. So something's not quite happening there. So we'll have to have a look at that, and I might go and have a look at our other one that we've got and see how that is working. So I'm going to do that before I do anything else, and I shall come back. Right, so I've come over to our other skelly spawner just to have a look at the mechanics, and it is very, very slightly different to what I've got. So I just thought I'd show you this. Let's just turn. Again, we've got a piston there, which at the top there is stopping them from coming down, so that's okay. Just get rid of these so we can see. And I've put this piece of glass here just so you can actually physically see. So you can see on this one there's the piston, so that's fine. It's stopping any more skellies coming down, and there's the dispenser with lava in. So I've taken this wall out. I put that glass there as well just so we can see it. So when we press this button, it's in and out. And that's how it's working. That's what I want it to do. So looking at the mechanics of it, it's basically a button going through a block, exactly what we've got. He's got 2 redstone, and then that's powering a block, which is powering a torch. So I think that's the key to it there, which is what we haven't got. So that means it's being powered, and then the lava's in there. So actually it's doing the opposite to what we're doing essentially. So yeah, that's what we need to do. It's basically the dispenser is on and then off and on. So that's what we need to do. So I shall fix this back up again, and then we shall head back down and go and fix ours as well. Let's remember to fix these things afterwards or I get into trouble. So we'll put that back up there. I'll see you back up there. Right, so I think we've finally got somewhere after some backwards and forwards, some help from the Griefer's Bay. This isn't obviously how it's going to end up, but I just wanted to make sure the mechanics are working. So if I press the button, lava goes on and off. So yeah, there was a little bit more to it, which I hadn't spotted initially, but there was some redstone workings behind it. So what we've got is the switch going, and it means I'm going to have to move this over here as well, because I need this going into this block and powering this block, so it's got to come in that direction. So yeah, that's going to go in that direction there. It powers this block, which turns off the torch there, which I believe is then what initiates the power into the block there, or causes it to dispense lava. What also then happens is this block powers the relay. Now that's on 2 ticks. That powers this piston. The sand drops, so that lifts up out the way. The sand drops down again, being a power, so it causes a time delay, hits the redstone behind there, goes into this repeater, which is on 4 clicks, and that then powers the block again underneath the dispenser, which then sucks the lava back in. Yeah, so that basically does all that. The problem I've had in doing all this is this bit here. Because I had to have this, it then had to go up one, and that unfortunately was, I don't know if you can see it if we come in here, it was the channel that the skellies came down. Unfortunately, I've had to now lift that up. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes in the way around. So let's just go up and have a look, see what I've had to make some changes, which has been a real pain. I've had to change all this around here, because what's actually happened now, instead of this going through that way, we've had to bring it down underneath the water, because we've had to lift the water up by a couple of blocks. And what I've ended up doing, let's see where this is here. Yeah, so, and I don't know if I can, probably can do that. Yeah, so as you can see, what I've had to do is put it in a small water lift, and that goes up, and then that brings them down there, as we had before, exactly the same, basically brings them down, but this time actually drops them on top of the other path. So I haven't changed the other path for the other skellies, it's only this one here. So get myself out of here again now. So yeah, basically that faced a challenge, so I just thought the simplest thing was to actually lift this up by a couple of blocks. So yeah, so that's all working now. So we have a new channel going forward there of water to carry the zombies or skellies through, and this now all works. I had to change the lighting around and that sort of thing, so you can now see they drop through there. So let's just have a look. This is my first test. I haven't actually done a live test of the whole system. I've only done a test to make sure they were still coming through. We won't touch that one for a minute. What we should see is the skellies will start coming through and they'll drop down from there, I believe. That's where they're going to do. So I've had to change the water courses and how they do. So I've had to bring the water up here and put a sign on. Just a case of working it all out. Should be as simple as that. So basically that's it working, and then what should happen is we can close off the piston at the top there. That will stop any more coming down. We hit the lava blade, that goes on and off, and then basically the skellies will sit there and burn for a bit. And if I just take a torch, it could be absolutely anything. In fact, let's just get rid of anything out of the inventory. So as you can see, the other ones are stopping behind. They're not coming forward because they've not been hit by the lava blade, so I don't want those mixing up. And now, bang, one hit blow. And that's what it's about. So we can then let the rest of those come through, and they're all going to start coming through now. And if we actually switch this one on as well, they'll all start both coming through that way as well. So as you can see, they're coming through quite quickly. Once they start spawning, they really do start spawning, and I say we should get the other ones coming through from the other spawner as well, and that should mean we'll start so let's just block that off again, hit the lava blade, and you can see they're coming from the other direction now at the top as well, so they're coming from both ways. They're dropping down and they're coming into there, so they'll be coming through a lot quicker than our other spawner that we've got. Let's hit them with a piece of glass. There you go, nice and easy. Getting the XP, getting the finds, or getting the drops rather, and here come through the rest of them, thick and fast. Cool, okay, so I'm going to turn the lights back on again in the spawners, stop them spawning, and then what I'm going to do is basically kill these few, tidy this up, get this looking somewhat respectable. I'm going to have to change the design a bit because again I'm having to put these now there. Yeah, so we'll do that and we'll come back when we've finished, hopefully, because it's just a few cosmetic changes. Hey, the gaming pumpkin's here, and he's taking the minecart. How we doing? Howdy. And he would like 9. So let's get this done, hit the button. Dude, this is all awesome. Needs to tidy it all up now. Okay, so that's all working. So what we need to do is get this hidden from behind. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, dude, looks awesome. Thank you. Right, and we'll see you back here in a moment. Okay guys, so now you can see we've got it finished and they're coming through thick and fast, they're all there. I've got all this done up. It's not quite as I wanted it. I've had to have a double layer here just to get the redstone in, but it's fully functional. So as you can see here, switch it off, stop any fill more coming down, hit the lava blade, and they'll quietly do. So I'm going to start building my next area here now. I've got to get some more quartz from the nether, so I need some more quartz. I'm going to make sure this is finished off here. I'm going to make this into a room. As you can see, I've moved my anvil already. I'm going to make a brewing station over here using that area. And then behind us here, I'm going to make an enchanting area. So basically we've got everything we need. And as you can see now, we've got a load in there. And they're all just nice little one-hit. Get all the XP off there. You can see I'm already up to 22 and 23 and so on. And then the next thing really as well is I'm going to make a door through to this area, and I'm going to make this into a large chest room because this is really going to need lots of storage. I'll put a couple of temporary chests up here, but already starting to fill them up with arrows and bones and all that kind of stuff, so and bows. But yeah, so that's all going to be coming up in the next episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this. Please do leave a comment below if you have. I'd love to get your feedback, any ideas you might have on what we should be doing next here on the Zanecraft server. And do sub, so make sure you get informed of all the other videos coming up. So yeah, thanks for watching. My name's Wild Trekker, and bye for now. Bye bye. Bye.